everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome in if you are new. My name is Shumi and today we are going to be starting a brand new challenge, which is Animal Crossing Hard Mode, which is a recent challenge that a lot of different content creators have been taking part in, and so I thought that I would hop on it as well, and so I hope you enjoy and let's get on into it. Starting off in the airport, I was greeted by Timmy and Tommy, who told me about their deserted island getaway package. This is actually going to be only my second island I've ever had on Animal Crossing, so it's going to be really fun to start fresh all over again. So I started off by entering in my name and also my birthday, and then it was time to create my character. I forgot how few hairstyles there actually are in the game early on, but I decided to go for the long hair with the fringe. I then picked some cute eyes, a round nose, and a smiley mouth. And they gave me a really cute plaid yellow shirt too, which I like. All four of the island choices, there wasn't really one that I was fully set on, but ultimately I decided to go for the top right map, which has a nice river structure and an island within the island. Although the only issue was that resident services was rather close to the airport, so that was my only concern. But I settled on that one and we set off to the island. I wanted to get literally any fruit except for cherries. I wasn't super picky otherwise, and I wanted anything apart from a green airport and just villages that I didn't hate, honestly. Yes, it's not cherries, it's apples. Okay, apples is good. Apples is good. Please don't give me a green airport. When do I see the airport? Oh, and the villages. Oh, I'm scared. Not a green airport, not a green airport. Anything but green. Please give me good villages. Okay, I don't think... It's a bunny and Flip. I don't think that's bad. Blue airport. Wait, I kind of like it. Is it Myra? I know Flip. I had Flip on my old island, like near the beginning, but I kicked him out. But I know Flip and it's a bunny. I introduced myself to Myra, the superhero bunny, and Flip, the jock monkey. They seem like sweet villagers to be starting this island with. I was debating back and forth whether to restart just for the closeness of the resident services to the airport, but I thought that I would come to regret that later on, because everything else was pretty good. I will mention the rules for this challenge as and when they come up. So the first rule is that you must keep at least one starting villager until you get their photo. So one of these is going to have to stick here for most likely quite a long time, because I am pretty awful at giving villagers gifts. I went and spoke to Tom Nook and he welcomed us to the island, and Tommy passed me my tent to go and set up, as well as Myra and Flip's tents too. There's a rule for the challenge that both villagers get to choose where they set up their tent, rather than you deciding for them. So wherever they want to go, that's where they'll go. I set up my tent below the river and over to the right side of resident services. Flip wanted to set up relatively near to me, and then Myra wanted to set up right below me. We are now in a triangle of tents, which was definitely not how I would have done it myself if I had the choice of where to put them. Skipping forward to the evening, when the sun was setting and the sky gets super pretty, Tom Nook asked me to gather 10 tree branches, so I shook some trees. Thankfully, no wasps fell out and I gathered the wood for him, and then got 6 apples that he requested as well, so we could make some apple juice too. At nighttime, we finally got to pick a name for the island, and after going through so many random island name generators, I finally got the name Starside. My main island is called Starlight, and so it's kind of fitting that it matches with that, because it feels like they're connected in a way. Everyone loved the name so much, and I became the island resident representative, and we toasted our apple juice. Everyone looked super cute sitting around the campfire, but it was time for the night to come to an end. I headed to my tent for the first time, after accidentally thinking that resident services tent was mine and trying to break in. I got a tiny radio, a lantern, and the plainest looking bed ever. I headed to bed and KK Slider came to me with some inspiring words for my new journey on the island of Starside, and I woke up to the blissful sounds of Tom Nook shouting at me outside my tent. He really decided to wake me up from my nap to give me a bill for living here already. He also gave me a phone and told me about earning Nook miles, but I did feel a great sense of achievement and opened up my post to some cool gifts from Nintendo, a DIY workbench recipe and an Animal Crossing Switch, just like mine. I earned my first Nook miles from just existing and listening to Tom Nook's ramblings, then spoke to Flip, who gave me a cute orange tulip hat which fit with my outfit quite nicely. What a look. Myra gave me a recipe for a leaf umbrella, which is somewhat less exciting, and I will probably never use it, but I got some more miles for talking to both of my neighbours. I needed to get a total of 5,000 miles to be able to pay off my first bill to Tom Nook. As part of this challenge, you can only wear clothes that you design yourself. And let's just say that any kind of creativity with designing things is not my forte at all, so I made the most basic stripy orange shirt to match my hat for now, and then went to see Tom Nook for a lesson in DIY recipes, and while I was there, found a cardboard box and tree branches in the recycling bin. I crafted my first fishing rod and got the DIY app on my phone so I could craft recipes and see all of the recipes on my phone. I checked what Timmy was selling today and was tempted by the picnic basket, but I realized I might need to be careful with what I spend my money on, as it might be rather limited for a while. I shook pretty much every tree on the island and collected apples, wood, weeds, 500 bells, and an outdoor generator, which was one of the worst furniture items it could have given me. I wanted something cute for my island. I ran away from wasps and thankfully made it to my house, where I made some improvements to make it look a little bit nicer. I then set out to start catching some fish, of which I had quite a lot of luck, except for catching a rock that ended up breaking my fishing rod. After going to craft a new one, I unlocked the Nook Stop, where they had the denim cap that I love in stock, but I didn't have enough money to get it. Sad times. I finished fishing and stacked my catches up so that when I unlock the museum, they'll be ready to go to their new home. By this point, I was making good progress and was up to nearly 3,500 Nook miles. I gathered a lot of tree branches so I could make a net to start catching bugs too, and Flip complimented me on the hat I was wearing that he gave me. Flip is winning me over already, honestly. I went to visit Myra and tried out her sleeping bag, which wasn't as comfy as my bed is. I don't know why they only gave them sleeping bags, and then kept running around trying to find bugs before I got chased by wasps again. And on that note, I decided to finish for the night, as I thought there may be new opportunities the following day. I had completely forgotten about the daily broadcast that they do early game, and it was a really sweet surprise, and Tom Nook told me the airport is now open. I got some posts from my mom, who sent me peaches as my second fruit, so I'll need to plant those sometime soon once I get a shovel. And on the notice board there was a message saying there's a tape deck in front of resident services now for group stretching sessions. One of the rules is that you must participate in daily stretching once per day, so this was the perfect time to start. Please ignore how horribly out of sync I was with the rest of the group here, but I was doing actual arm movements in real life, and it was definitely the game's fault, and not my fault that I was out of time. It actually really is a good workout because my arms ached afterwards. Today in the shop, Timmy was selling a hammock, which I kind of wanted if I could get the bells for it because it's cute. I started giving Tom Nook some of the bugs that I'd caught, and he told me about his friend that runs a museum and that he would send them to him. And I also got a new app for my phone to keep track of my bugs and my fish. He gave me some new DIY recipes, including one to craft an axe that then I could use to gather wood from trees and also to hit some rocks, so I crafted that and headed outside for the day. I found my first bottle on the beach, which gave me a recipe for a small wooden mirror, and then I started shaking all of the trees again and got some more money and some more bugs, including 2 wasps, but sadly no furniture this time, which I was really hoping for. I passed Tom Nook some more bugs and fish, and in return he gave me some flowers to plant and also had a call from his museum friend Blathers to say that he wanted to set up a museum on the island. He passed me the tent and I set it up to near where I was storing my fish and bugs. I think that it was the perfect spot. I planted the flowers and then hit all 4 rocks on the island that I could find. I got a decent amount of iron ore, surprisingly, as well as a gold nugget and also some money. For some reason, I didn't expect to get a money rock. I think that I forgot they existed. But now I could get my hands on the hammock that I wanted. Yay! I gathered up some wood so I could make a watering can, but then my inventory was just getting so full, so I ended up shoving a lot of my stuff onto the beach for now. I made the watering can and watered my first flowers. I'm excited to see how they're gonna look. I caught one more fish to bring me super close to 5,000 miles. The only thing I needed now was a few more bugs for the last push. Bugs are just more generally hard to find than fish in this game, but I had the idea to hit a few rocks to find some pill bugs that aren't gonna escape from me. And then I caught the last one that I needed just as my net broke. I reached 5,000 miles and went to go and see the man himself, and I was clear of my debts. For now. I can now buy lots more cool stuff with Nook Miles from the Nook Stop, but I didn't get anything just yet, even though I was very tempted by the hairstyles. And this was a really great way to end my second day on the island. I'm really excited to see what we're going to get up to next. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. I'm really looking forward to see where this challenge goes, and I can't wait to continue this series. If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It would really make my day, and I will see you all next time. Bye, friends!